Hey Siri, tell us a Christmas joke. Who is Santa's favorite singer?
I don't know.
Aretha Franklin. Welcome to Fire Away, Seriously Funny Conversations, the podcast where we catch up on things that make us laugh and things that make us human. We are Matt Bays and Leslie Robbins, and today on this Christmas edition, we are going to talk about
what makes Leslie mad
on the holidays. Get ready for Festivus for the rest of us, love, and all the shit that Leslie's pissed about. Christmas programs.
Yellowstone recap.
Ladies and gentlemen, get your Yellowstone recap here.
The Christian-Kardashians.
Watching old VCR tapes of me and Chris when we were 18 and 21. Aww. I'm gonna talk with my mouth full, cause there are only 2 episodes left. I will chew, you will listen, and you will deal with it.
Deal with it. Come here. I don't know if Matt Bays has ever met you. Lean in.
Where are you? Running. I heard all about you. You better be a sparkler.
Okay. I don't think she's ever even listened.
Oh, no.
Hey, Riley.
What?
Look down here. I just want to ask you a quick question. What sound does the letter H make?
Not funny. That is traumatic experience.
A whore.
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Take it, Leslie.
Gloria in excelsis Deo.
Deo.
I should just be like every time. Just saying.
Leslie, look at how Christmassy it is. Oh my gosh.
What did you do?
I have been noticing on the video, I think I said to you one time behind the scenes, like when we're like doing the intro and outro, you need to like be present with it. Here's you now.
I'm always like, I'm trying so hard. You know me, I'm going to please you until the day I die. Make sure that you're so happy with me.
I love it. I love it. All these faces just made me so happy.
After this episode, I will have already had my surgery.
You sure will.
Tomorrow, 2:00.
So they're taking fat from your abdomen and putting it into your ass?
Yes.
That's what I thought it was.
No, my neck. They're taking it from my neck and putting it in somewhere else.
Yeah. Where are you going to have them put it in?
I don't think I need any fat injections. I just need it out of me, really.
You just need it out. Okay.
Yeah, I don't need any put anywhere else. I
might
good.
Come with you because the gays love a big booty.
Oh my God.
I might come with
I'll just
you.
inject it for you.
Yeah, it's true. They do. The gays love a big booty. Did you know that?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's a thing.
I don't know about gays.
Merry Christmas, everybody. The gays, yeah, it's like a thing. They're like into guys having like big, squeezy booties or something.
Oh.
I am not into that. But they all work out, and that's what they work out, their legs and butt.
They're trying to look like Kardashians.
But I wonder what that's about or why. It's like juicy booty or something. I don't know. I'm just not down with that.
Did we talk about Lisa Turkhurst and how she's a Christian Kardashian?
No, we did not.
Do you want to talk about it or no?
Yes. Yes.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
Oh, yes.
Well, it's not really her as much as it's her daughters. They're like the Kardashians.
I know that she's a writer and she's written some Christian books, but I honestly don't know much about her.
I don't know if she still does, but she used to run Proverbs 31 Ministries. That was like her.
She is off my list forever.
Well, I led with that for a reason. Okay. But then she also has written books and she's a speaker, blah, blah, blah.
For those listening who do not know what a Proverbs 31 woman is, do you care to explain? Bullshit.
I mean, it's my picture right under.
You are. We were all striving to be Proverbs 31 women.
Yes.
Which basically means you have no rights. You subscribe to a patriarchal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I actually like her. I don't have a problem with her. My issue is I also follow her daughters, and they're like the Kardashians.
Tell me.
They're like the Christian-Kardashians. There's Ashley, there's Hope, there's another one, I don't know her name, but you would think that their house, I mean, they are totally influencers. They wear all like the khaki and white and like, I don't know how to like explain this. You know, like the hats that all the Christian girls wear now. And
yeah.
But
Chris just said to me the other day, he goes, I feel like he came out. He doesn't even know what it is. He goes, I feel like I look like a youth pastor.
I don't even know what that means, but.
But I was like, oh, 100%. Yes.
Well, I bring that up because like, here's one daughter at her 4-year-old son's birthday. And that's where I'm parking today.
Okay. Tell me about it.
The evolution of a birthday party.
Yes.
Okay. I know that I was born in 1980, but my birthday party was on a Sunday after church. My mama and papa would come over and my aunts and my cousins, we would have cake and ice cream and we'd open presents. That was it. Maybe. Now, if we got real fake, if we got real crazy, if we got
Leslie,
stop, Matt.
I'm going to miss this podcast because of shit like that you just did. We had cake and ice cream. That's how we did. That was it.
Yes.
That is what it should be forever.
Correct. Now, if in the 80s we got crazy, we went to the Mr. Gaddy's and had a pizza party in the party room.
Were you too old for Chuck E. Cheese?
You think Moorhead, Kentucky had a Chuck E. Cheese? We had a Mr. Gaddy's with an arcade room the size of, a weird, dirty old man's closet. And that's what we had. Okay. And that was where we had our birthday party, period. Okay. And we invited
you guys played Ms. Pac-Man and Galaga to your heart's content.
And Prepare to Qualify, that driving game.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
We didn't
what was that called? Prepare to Qualify. It was a lady's voice.
Right. And we wouldn't even put quarters in. We just pretend that we were driving. That was fun enough.
Pole position. Nailed it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like that was a traditional birthday party of the 80s. That's what you do.
Yeah, okay?
Yeah. And you invited whoever your mom let you invite. You didn't invite who you wanted to invite. It was like whoever.
Yeah.
Okay. Today, in the 2020s, birthday parties are a event, like a block party.
Yeah. And if it's a sweet 16, I mean, it's like a wedding. We
have lost our minds.
Okay.
We've lost it. Yeah. And I'm watching this girl, the Christian-Kardashian, have a 4-year-old's birthday party with like White Castle bounce houses and balloon arches and a themed charcuterie boards. And I'm like, he's 4. Can't do any, he can't even tie his own shoe. He doesn't even know these people that he's invited. You're having this for you.
Yes.
The parties are for mom to show off whatever the hell she wants to show off. It's not about the kid. If it was about the kid, you'd have a Batman costume on and eating cake. That's it. They don't care. I get real mad about it. I'm sick of these for show things.
Yeah.
I hate it. Hate it.
Hate it. Proverbs 31 sinner.
They're making TP beds and having these themed like slumber parties. Honey, we brought in our New Kids on the Block sleeping bag that our cousin gave us. And I had my mom's suitcase that literally said Tammy Foltz on it. And I went to a sleepover and we had our caboodles. And that was it.
You looked at Teen Beat magazines and you put on makeup.
Right. Nobody was fashioning us a teepee with blow-up mattress and fresh new bedding.
Girl, let me tell you what happened in the 70s.
Go.
Because 80s, what you just talked about, that's basically the Kardashians to what I experienced. Here's what we did.
Okay.
We didn't do Mr. Getty's. We didn't go nowhere. Right. Grandma and Grandpa came over.
Check.
We had a cake. It didn't even say anything on it. We cut a couple pieces. Grandma and Grandpa got one. They gave me a card with $5 in it. Grandma Matney always pulled me aside in secret, stuck an extra 20 in my hand and said, "Don't you tell your grandfather." That's how that went down. And literally we sat there.
Yeah.
Mom, my sister, my brother, my stepbrother, me, grandma and grandpa, the end. The present, sometimes it happened, sometimes it didn't. It made no sense in our family, but I never had a birthday party. That's a birthday party, apparently. But like balloons or anything, hell no. We didn't have that. And now I'm all about the birthday party. So like I'm not pulling out the Kardashians, but you can bet your ass when it's somebody's birthday, there's balloons, there's decorations, there's cake, there's presents.
But not for a 4-year-old.
No, and not like that.
You have to earn that birthday.
Yeah. That's that scene from Mommy Dearest where Joan Crawford has Christina Darling. She has her birthday party. And, you know, she's riding around on a pony. Thank you, Mommy Dearest. And then at the end of the scene, her mom makes her give all the presents to the orphanage. She gets to keep one, and then somebody else talks her into being able to keep 2. Yeah, it's weird. And it all feels like a photo op too, doesn't it?
That's what it is all for. There is my soapbox that I've been on the last 2 episodes, is that we do not take pictures of experiences. We create experiences to take pictures of. And that's what's driving me crazy. So
let's dig deep. Let's get into it. We're going to go really deep. Sparklers, get ready. What should they put on? I don't know what they put on to go deep with us.
People, get ready. Jesus is coming soon. We're going home.
Little Crystal Lewis.
Always. With us, there's got to be Crystal Lewis.
We're going home. Oh, yeah. So how does that make you feel, seeing those birthday parties? Does it bring up any, like, I wasn't as good of a mom?
No.
Okay. Does it bring this up? Does it bring, you're making other people feel like they're not good mothers, and I don't like that.
For me, I see straight through it. So I don't even see it as you're trying to make me look bad. It's that you feel so insecure that you have to show off that you're having this amazing, elaborate party. Like
you feel bad for them?
No, I'm annoyed by them. I'm like, you are making an ass out of yourself. For example, prom proposals. Have you seen these prom proposals where these guys are going all out for their prom? Honey, if you're going all out for prom, what are you going to do for your wedding? Because if somebody got a better promposal and you're 16 to my engagement.
Is that what they call it? Promposal?
Yes. And they do all these elaborate things for stupid prom. High school boys.
Tell me how they did it when you were a kid.
Oh my God. Well, you were scared to death, nervous. These boys would come scuffing up to you with their trapper keepers and be like, you want to go to prom with me? You know, not having a jet plane come and sprinkle pink and blue smoke that says, will you go to prom with me?
Yeah.
No, you're making big deals out of little things, and the big things, you're going to have to go bigger.
So are people allowed in Leslie World to propose in big ways?
Yes, because you're a grown adult, you've got a job, and you are getting married. This is prom or homecoming. They're doing it for homecoming too.
Okay.
Go to homecoming with me.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
Okay. And are you the one that gets to decide what the important things are? Okay.
Matt, I am. Homecoming.
I want our sparklers to know where to go.
14-year-old homecoming or your marriage.
Well, listen.
If we're making a big deal out of things that are not a big deal, then what are we doing for things that are big deals?
Yeah.
You can't top it. It's like when these 21-year-old boys go out and buy these massive diamond rings for their engagement. I'm like, how are you going to top that? You'll never top that. When she has a baby or you've hit 25 years, like you'll never be able to afford.
Like more. They want a 2-carat diamond ring and they're 24. Yeah.
You have not earned that for that. Mm-hmm. You need a little chip and you earn the big stuff later.
Yeah. When you have babies and you've thrown a couple elaborate birthday parties.
Correct. Or, hey, thrown a big gender reveal because everybody cares about that.
The smoke.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I guess I just want people to know, just like I started out this podcast, nobody cares. I just get riled up about it. And another thing I get riled up about is when you take babies to Disney World.
Oh, I've had it.
It really does make my head want to explode.
Oh, yeah. Tell me what you hate about it.
Do you think those dang babies are going to remember 1 ounce of that experience? No, it's about you. And you just spent thousands of dollars over something nobody's going to remember.
That you could have given to...
Paid off your credit card. Maybe bought a new car. Maybe bought your wife a bigger wedding ring.
If she's earned it. This is the world according to Leslie. I love it.
Sorry, you guys. I'm just really ranting that people are making bigger deals out of stupid crap.
They deserve it.
It gets on my nerves.
All started with Lisa Turkhurst.
That's a weird last name. Turkhurst.
Yeah. And the thing that's worse about the kids taking babies to Disney World is when they're like 4 and all they do is scream and cry the whole time. You spent $10,000 for your kids to pitch a fit all day. But I did take my kids. I think they went at like 10 and 12, something like that. Because I was like, oh, I'm not going. First of all, I don't make enough money to do all that. So if that trip's going to happen, it's going to happen when they're old enough that I can be like, you better appreciate it. Can't have you screaming and crying. I did love it though. Disney.
It was fun. It was cute, but they weren't babies. Can you imagine taking a baby anywhere in the hot blazing sun of Disney World and having to hold him? They're screaming, trying to give a bottle, and you're trying to get in a line of the teacups. That's hell on earth. Why would you do that to yourself? I will say that my mom and dad took us when I was like 2nd grade. So my brother was 2, and they put him in the Disney World daycare.
They did.
So they just took me and Rebecca, and my brother went to daycare.
They put him in babysitting. This episode, this is it. We're done.
We only have one more.
No, I just mean this particular episode is finished. This is just, I think we're just going to name it Leslie Bitches.
Leslie's had it.
Leslie's had it.
Is there anything that bugs you like that stuff? Like when you just see stupid?
No, I think some of that stuff, what I'm doing right now is prepping myself not to sound like a male chauvinist, because I do think a lot of times moms feel that sort of pressure to outdo somebody else, or at least have it be, it's hard. You've got Emily over here who turned 12 and had a pony and took a trip to New York City and watched 3 shows with all of her friends. And then you have Sherry, she's 12 and she sat with Grandma and Grandpa and had a cake without her name on it. Like, you know what I mean? I could see how some of those parents would be like, we can't do all that. But that's where you really have to dig in and teach your kids, this is what is important. And this is not something that we actually can do.
Yes. And I think for me, it just sets a bar in a kid, because a kid doesn't know what's excessive and what's elaborate. They don't know any of that. They just know. So like, let's say if I had a blowout 13th birthday party for Riley, okay, like we went all out, we got a dance floor, we got a DJ, then 16 better be even bigger.
Yeah.
Then 21 better be massive. You can never talk. I mean, like to me, it was like I just had that one birthday party that was epic, and then the rest was Mama and Papa on the birthday cake. I just feel like if you're setting this bar and they're always expecting more, like, well, you did this last year, you did this the year before. I think my stepdaughter went to a birthday party and they all went like in a shuttle bus together. Like they got like a limo.
Yeah. Well, I had a friend that just had a birthday party. It was a big one, I think, for her. And they had a big wine bus and did all this stuff. But it was like a major milestone.
And she's an
adult. It was all of her. Yes. And she's paying for it. And it's all of her friends. And they had a big weekend. And that's wonderful.
Yes.
We've decided today that that is okay. These other things are not.
If it's for a kid, it should not, the bar should be low because they have this we're ruining them.
Yeah.
They're spoiled. We're spoiling them. And really it's just for ourselves. These kids aren't born into like, I really hope when I go back home to this nursery, it's shiplapped and has all these things. It's us. We're doing it, and then their expectations are off center and just stupid. And I hate to sound old and bitter, but like we're spoiling these kids.
Spoilt rotten. She's spoilt.
Can you imagine me and you going out to eat?
I got to tell him to.
Okay.
He's mixing up something. I wish we could play that, but when we play that, we get flagged. You get flagged, and it's dumb, and then it's like copyrighted. Blah 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 blah.
Stupid.
Dumb. But just so you know, we just jammed to
Christmas in Hollis by Run DMC.
Chris was outside leaf blowing, and I had to go down there and say, I've had enough.
That's it.
That's enough now. That's what my mom always said when we were little. that's enough. And you were like, I'm waiting for a slap to the back of my head. Not this time. Maybe next time. Okay.
All right. I've talked a lot today.
You sure have. This has been awesome.
Awesome.
I love it. For me, this is Christmas. This is your Christmas gift to me.
Yes.
And I thank you. Okay. I was thinking about, no big stories, but I was thinking today about Christmas programs when we were little, either at school or at church. Do you remember how much of a big deal they were?
So big. Such a big deal.
And again, like everything else, like we just talked about, they have gotten out of control. Like we just found, I may go on a little rabbit trail here.
Do it.
I just bought on Facebook like a week ago a VCR, Facebook Marketplace. Yes, because we have all the old VCR movies.
Yes.
And I just could not wait to see Christopher Evans with an 18-year-old face.
Yeah.
He is the same person. It's the cutest thing. He was like, are you bored by that? We were 40 minutes into him having a conversation with his friend sitting on a bed in Bahamas. They went on this trip, the two of them. Not one redeeming thing is even being said. Nothing important at all. It is literally just bullshit after bullshit after bullshit.
Yeah.
And he was like, are you done with this? I'm like, this is my favorite show I've ever seen. I am not done.
Oh,
I am watching all of this. And he's so sweet and cute. And he's just like flighty and doing his own thing. And you see his like expressions and stuff. But listen, that's over 30 years ago.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
We look so different.
Mm-hmm.
And then comes mine at Anderson University. I'm with my video camera that I've rented to take video or whatever. And every time my face comes on the screen, he's got out his camera, he's taking pictures of it. And then looking at it later, he kisses. Like he's like, look at you. All I see is hair. There's just black hair everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But anyway, what made me think of that is there's a musical I haven't looked at yet, but there are like our high school musicals. We were really talented high school. AAA with music, we won all this stuff. We're really, really good and known for being good. Mm-hmm. And now I look at like show choirs and I'm like, we thought we were good. Like it's nothing. So these Christmas programs now that people are putting on, it's like, oh, forget it. I mean, we thought we were some big deal. We did this one called If I Were a King, and I got the part of the king. I was in 5th or sixth grade, so it was my time. And I remember I was the same boy at 12 years old that I am now, because there was a song called If I Were a King, where he's like, if I were a king, he'd be starting wars and conquering people and right.
Yeah.
And then all these people are like, hey, have you heard the story of Jesus? You know, and they like go through and tell a story and there's little songs and blah, blah, blah. And then at the end, there's a ballad. They take that same song and they reprise it. And he's like, if I were a king, maybe I'd be a king of love instead of war. And maybe I'd see there's much more to being king than showing people money and crowns and things. Maybe I do it like Jesus in Bethlehem small. Yes, that's for me. If I were a king, this is how it would be. And that part I was so serious about. It made my little heart pitter pat. Like, that's the way it should be. Not much has changed. That's how I think it should be now, too.
I was in Angels Aware, 1984, Ashland Church of God in Kentucky. And I was in the musical. And it was about angels up in heaven talking about, I can't remember. All I remember is the 10 Commandments. Number 1, we've just begun. God, you should be true to. Number 2, I was 4. I was barely even 4 years old. So
you were like, la, 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 la,
la. And then a few years later, Moorhead First Church of God did Angels Aware. I was in it twice.
Oh, and you were like, oh, I got this.
Got this one.
I know all the lines. You were like little Beyonce out there.
One year, me and Jerome Stevens were Mary and Joseph, and we got tickled and laughed the entire time.
Jerome Stevens. He was Joseph.
Oh, yes.
He was probably like, thank God I get to be Joseph. Somebody else gonna get that girl pregnant.
And our church was really sweet, and they were, kind of a country rural church. And there was a sweet little old lady that always sang "Oh Holy Night," and it was like, "Holy Night." But we would get tickled, so we'd have like this live nativity, and all the youth group had to be in it. And then she would sing "Oh Holy Night," and then we would all
was
start
she
laughing.
Good, or was it like
she just had an old woman voice, and we would get so tickled and laugh. And here we are trying to be serious up on stage, and all of us are dying laughing.
My mom sang "Oh Holy Night," every year at Christmas. And I remember my mom was a great singer. She really was a good singer. And I remember her practicing it for it. My brothers are outside terrorizing the neighborhood, and I am sitting in that basement
where they're like
a good gay son in the making, sitting in the chair behind, listening and thinking, it's so beautiful. Ooh, here comes the high note. Do it again. I just loved it. And then when I was probably 16, we did a duet of it. And on the, how they always like come back and tag the fall on your knees part. We did it in French. She taught me the French to it. Here's everybody like watching. And then all of a sudden we went French and people were like, oh.
The language of Jesus.
Yes. Where Jesus was born.
By way of Paris, France.
Yes, exactly.
Bonjour.
Yeah.
That's about it on my Christmas pageant days.
I really did enjoy the Christmas
Wednesday night church.
Or Sunday evening, you would rehearse for it.
Yeah. They always
and you'd always be like, that guy still doesn't know his lines. Listen, I showed up to a first rehearsal and knew it all.
Of course you did. You knew everybody's line. You will fight me till the day I die on this, but you are a 3 Enneagram.
I'm a 2.
No, you're not. You're maybe a wing 2, but you are a 3, and you will fight me all day on it.
I've taken that test like 5 times.
I don't care. You're a 3 through and through, and you wing strong 2. I think my dad's a 3, maybe a 7, but I'm pretty sure it's a 3.
I'm a 2 girl.
No.
Oh,
You are not.
Tell me what I would rather do, build my empire or help people.
Build your empire by helping
Wrong.
people. No, build your empire by helping people. That's what it is. You get confused. I see it as clear as day. You want to build your empire.
You have just decided, and you will not be moved.
I've done a podcast with you for 7 months now?
Yeah.
I know. You are a 3. You may be in denial about it. You are a 3 with a strong wing 2. You are, and you just need to, it's good. I mean, it means you are excellent and you do things at awesome levels. Like what's wrong with that?
Yeah, nothing. But neither one of my 2 books are about building an empire. They're just about helping people.
You wrote a book.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is it's not a bad thing. You want to build your empire by helping people. That's a 2. The 3 is that you build the empire. 2 is to help people. It's both things.
Well, then you know what I'm going to do?
Embrace it.
Screw helping people. I'm just going to build my damn empire.
Hey, Jared, can you come here real quick? Riley's already been on, so I figure it's only fair that you say hi. Hi, Jared.
Hi, Jared. Look at those blue eyes.
He's really cute, Scoot.
Where's he get those blue eyes from? Not you.
My mom. He's grown up.
And he's how tall?
He's 6'5". Sheesh, buddy. So you're traveling for Christmas. Where are you going?
We are going to see Chris's mom in Florida for a few days, which I'm excited about. That'll be nice. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to be around here, and one of my girls is coming to stay and hang out, and I'm excited about that. She'll be bringing her animals. I've got Christmas presents for her already, so I'm excited. Super quick update with Yellowstone. I think I'm on episode 3 of season 3.
Oh my God.
We're in far. Listen, you've done some of your own. Here's what I'm pissed about. Well, here's what I'm pissed about.
Okay.
Beth.
You really hate Beth.
I can't stand her. What I really don't like is that now she's all like making good with Rip, and they're like kind of like developing this relationship. Like it's getting really serious. We're on the verge of almost feels like marriage. We'll see what happens. I don't know yet, but it feels like all that. And it keeps like showing her like in these really sincere moments where she's looking at him. And I'm like, do you think we're stupid? Do you think we have forgotten all of the things that she has said to people and done to people? Totally. Like, this is coming from a place of love, Jamie. I really think you should consider killing yourself. Like, that's an exact quote. I
know. I absolutely know. I love Yellowstone rants with Matt Bays because, first of all, this is not a show you would ever watch.
Never.
Second of all, you're into it, which I appreciate. And third, you're like analyzing it. Like,
they're all awful.
Yes.
They are all awful people.
Yeah.
I can't even with them. I'm over all of them. They ought to call that show Yellow Dysfunction.
For sure.
We have really done this Christmas episode. This is the one that comes out right before Christmas.
Yes.
So maybe we ought to sing like,
this is the eve of Christmas Eve.
Time is in. And let me just say to the entire extended Black family, a Merry Christmas holiday season. Oh, did I tell you about this? It's one thing I'll say about Christmas that I loved. In our Gay Man's Chorus, we sang a song that said, I'm going to read the lyrics. Just one second.
I love that what brought this up to you was when you said to the Black family, Merry Christmas, and also the gay chorus that I'm in.
And the gay chorus.
Oh, that's fun.
It says, there's Christmas and Hanukkah, they're vying for attention. Kwanzaa, winter solstice, and many more that I could mention. All these different customs and all these different gods. If faith is the path to love and kindness, why are we all at odds? Mm-hmm. I'm not sure what you believe, whatever faith you're clinging to, but life is hard enough. And this past year, I know was rough. Marry everything to you. Mm-hmm. I love that. It makes me happy and it warms my heart that we don't just make it about one thing, but that we understand not everybody is from our tradition.
Right.
I don't really care what God is to them. Marry everything to everyone. Mm-hmm. You know?
The Festivus for the rest of us.
Yeah. That's what's meaningful to me. That's what I think it should be. Yeah. Me too.
At Happy Farms, we're having a Hanukkah party. And we're going to have the traditional things, and all the little old people are coming, and they're actually really excited to learn about what Hanukkah is. Just because you're learning about somebody's tradition or religion doesn't mean you have to believe it. You know, like just honor it. Learn
or be
about it.
Threatened by it.
Right. You can just appreciate it and move on with your life. Mm-hmm. Like, and I just think that's what it should be about. Let's honor and learn about every tradition and religion. Yeah. Why not?
And at the end of the day, let it be about love, even though we're all going to be sitting with our families being like, I got to get out of here. They're making me crazy. But that's part of it. I loved that you wrote that post the other day on Facebook about forcing your kids to get out into the living room with you because they will hate it.
Yeah.
But I love that because one day they may hate it now. They may even talk about how they hated it when they're grown up, but they'll remember it.
Right.
And one day, if they have their own kids, their own family traditions or whatever, they're going to think about that stuff.
It's true. I don't want them to think that I was okay with them just holding up in their rooms. I made them come down and sit with me.
It's important. Mm-hmm. Christmas time is here.
Wow. Well, there's our Christmas Eve, pre-Christmas Eve episode.
Mm-hmm. That's it for us today on Fire Away. We'll be back with more seriously funny conversations next week. Don't forget to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/fireaway and on Instagram at fireaway_podcast, and watch us on video via our YouTube channel and fire this podcast off to a few Christmas friends. And can we both just say from the Fire Away podcast, Merry Christmas to all.
And to all, a good night.
Fire away.
Fire away.